My 36F boyfriend's 46 meters, 12-year daughter caught me naked in bed last night. He went out to fix some troubles with his son's online games after sex and left the door unlocked. His daughter opened the door, don't know why, saw me sitting on the bed, and closed the door again. Our eyes met and I froze. Didn't even got the chance to cover myself up. I'm so embarrassed. How to recover? I keep telling my BF that it might scar her daughter or leave her traumatized. He said I might be more traumatized than his daughter actually because she's mature for her age. Anyhow, I asked him to apologize for me. We're new and I haven't met the kids yet. I don't stay at his place. He's divorced for 5 years already and the kids stay with him for 1 week and then stay with the mom for another week. This week the kids were with him. Editing for clarity on what I'm asking for advice for. What do I say to his daughter next time I meet her? How should I start a relationship with the kids now when that was how we started? To everybody who says I should never have been there, I know. I fully agree. Hindsight is 20/20. I should never have gone. But it is what it is now. We can only go forward. We meet again. A hard one. When I, 20F, was 11, I remember doing this exact same thing. With my dad's girlfriend. I hadn't met her and quite frankly didn't know she existed. If anything, I was super embarrassed. But not at all upset with her or anything like that. I knew exactly what was happening. But I honestly wasn't too worried. More just appalled that I hadn't knocked. Dad explained to me a few days later that she's his hip-hop friend. She was a dance teacher at the time. And if anything, that just made me more excited to meet her properly. My recommendation would be find something that you and his daughter have in common. And get him to talk about you to her before you meet her again. You'll hit it off. Know her interests. I wouldn't bring it up at all, you both know it happened. And if she wants to talk about it, she'll bring it up with her dad. Me and my soon-to-be stepmom have now joked about that moment since once I was a little bit older. And understanding. Yeah, you're more traumatized. How have you not met the kids yet? You were in his bed when they were there naked. It's weird that you were not introduced to the children first. Don't have sex while the kids are awake either. Your BF messed this up. Thinking with his dick. Can't unring the bell though. She is 12. She knows what's up. She is going through puberty herself. It's going to be weird. But make your next meeting as normal and clothed as you can. Don't try too hard. Act normal, listen to her and try to build rapport. Divorce is tough on kids. When you got in a relationship with this dude, it was the whole package. Respect the kids who are growing into young adults themselves and be a good role model. Honestly, these comments are missing the mark. She probably is incredibly upset. She has never met you and you were a naked woman in her father's bed. Before any conversations with his daughter, I think you really need to consider if your boyfriend's flippant attitude towards actually parenting his children is one you want to get more entangled with. He's the one that talked you into coming into this place, presumably helped decloth you, then just left with the door completely unlocked. When the inevitable happened, he seems to have completely brushed it off and avoided any conversation with his kids. Honestly, it really sounds like he wanted this to happen for whatever reason. Not particularly the kids seeing you naked, but forcing things without having to address it with the kids or you. So he didn't have to approach it responsibly and slowly. How was she in the same house you were in if you had never met her? Anyway, say nothing. Don't make it awkward. So you haven't met the kids yet, but you're sleeping and chilling after sex at his place while the kids are there. And you're asking him to apologize for you. I thought you mentioned his daughter was the 12 years old. Why are you behaving like one? SMH. This is on your BF to fix, not you. If she has an issue with what she saw, her father needs to address it. The best thing you can do is tell your BF that until you reach a point where he's comfortable introducing you to the kids, you will only go to his house when they're not there. Personally, I would consider your BF's attitude to be a bit of a red flag. He hasn't introduced you to his kids, but he thought it was a good idea to have you come over to have sex while the kids were not only in the house, but awake. When his daughter found a woman she doesn't know lying naked in her father's bed, he dismissed it by saying she's mature for her age. When parents say that about their child, it's usually code for, the child is used to dealing with things they shouldn't be dealing with at their age. What in the hell was he doing having sex with you in his home with the kids home and during waking hours if they haven't met you yet? This man has bad judgment and so do you. I'm sorry. Good luck. Be prepared for drama. She's definitely going to tell her mother she saw a naked woman she's never met in her father's bed. And I don't think mom is going to be thrilled about that or even indifferent. I am super confused by all the, "Why are you embarrassed, it's just a body," comments. As a 12-year-old girl, I would have been absolutely scarred by this. It's not because she was naked. It's because my dad would bring a woman I had never met or heard about into my home and then had sex with her while I was still awake. If it was me, there would be no coming back. Lack of respect and care would mean I would never trust you. She almost definitely already knows her dad is unserious if he's willing to do this and doesn't respect him either. A 12-year-old absolutely knows about nakedness and sex. It's less about that and more about being fully disregarded in your own home. You're new and he only has them every other week. You should have never been there. Geez. Have a little more class than this. If you choose to date a man with children, have the decency to put yourself in their shoes. If you were a kid and only got to see your dad 50% of the time, how would you feel if you found out, by walking in on her naked, that he was using his parenting time to bang some random woman? Furthermore, as a kid, how would you feel about dad's girlfriend in this situation? You don't even bother to meet his kids. Just sneak into his house like some horny teenager during the time he is supposed to be spending with his children? Gross. You're 36, she's 12. My question is, the kids are in the house. You're doing the horizontal rumba behind a locked door. How did you get in without the kids spotting you? Via the window. Down the chimney, are you Tinkerbell? It's normal for adults to have sex. However, I have always said it's never a good idea to do so when kids are awake at home. No matter how much you think they don't know, they do, and coming from personal experience, when I was younger and my parents got busy, it did scar me for a while, even though I'm not sure why, because they were never really loud but I could hear, and I always knew when they locked the door that it was about happen, and it would scare me for some reason up until the age of 17. I'd say just have a quick little chat with her. Not anything too serious where you're sat down, just a little, "Hey, sorry about the other day. Feel free to knock next time." Maybe add a small laugh at the end to reduce the awkwardness. I was in a similar situation at the daughter's age where I walked in on my mom and her then boyfriend. So I feel like I can give advice for what you should do. Next time you see her, act normal and don't mention it. My mom talked to me about it to make sure I wasn't traumatized. Not traumatized about the walking in, only that my mom wanted to talk to me about sex. EU. And so it should be up to her dad to handle that side of things. If she does have any issues about what she saw or dad being in a relationship, it should be her dad navigating them and then advising you how to act, what to say if he does need to you to discuss it with her. If she is anything like me, she will just want to forget it ever happened. It's been 30 years since it happened. And I have never once talked about it with him, and he's been my stepdad for about 20 of those years. We both simply pretend it never happened, and I think it's better that way. Lol. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. This will either be too weird for both of you and it's over. Or hopefully you and his daughter meet and it's the first of many hilarious inside jokes that you'll laugh about for years. You should apologize to her yourself. Honestly, he's probably right. You're probably more shook up about it than the kid is.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.